It's the Deweyi Drive, and I welcome you to another beautiful episode on a Wednesday. Now, on Wednesdays, we usually talk parenting, but today's Wednesday is very special because there's something special happening in the country. So I will be introducing you to someone special. If you are cultural, like I told you, this show is about change making, telling stories of change makers and all their works and what is happening at the grassroots and what they're doing to change communities. My name is Jackie Deweyi, the doctor's daughter. I want to thank our partners on the show, Building Experts, Nakasero. Those guys, everything you're looking for in terms of finishing ware tiles, sinks, imported, homemade, buli chewetaga, Capital Shoppers Plaza, awe Nakasero mchibuga, genda yo adihesi buli chewetaga ndozanga mulaba ku screen abo nga cha kuzimba kumaliriza nyumba. They got you covered. It's a one-stop shop for everything. 0392-914-256, 0392-914-256, or 0754-515-855. They will help you and you get anything that you want. And reminding you that Paint For You is the place to get all your paints. If you're looking to paint your interior, your exterior, if you're looking to paint your car, like automotive car, automotive paints, decorative paint, interior, exterior. They can even guide you on the types of paints to use. The Embroidery, they are partners of Rego Paints, official partners of Rego Paints. They make deliveries. So just call the number on the screen and consultation is free. They do also do interior design, so they can guide you. 0772-987-442. 0772-987-442. That is what you get. Paint For You. Free consultation. And not to forget that after you build and get your finishing material and then you find where your paint is, you will host a housewarming party, you will host people in your home, you have an event. Clap Records is for you. Okay, before I tell about Clap Records, I already see on the screen there's Move Appendo Stays, the Airbnb consultants. They also set up Airbnbs, both interior wise, decor wise, and they can guide you on everything. And if you want a place to stay, Move Appendo, that space, you see that beautiful space, they can host you for a long time and short time, but it is a shared space. Check on the Airbnb app for details and call that number 0772-987-442. It's the number on the screen, or just go to Airbnb and search Move Appendo Stays, or it's just a homestay near Rugby Grounds. And if you like what you see, absolutely. And yes, I was telling you about Clap Records, my producer. They live stream all kinds of events. You have noticed this is also a live show that is very professionally produced. So you can work with Clap Records. They stream weddings, conferences, any type of event, funeral, happy events, all those memories that you want to keep with you forever. Those are the people to work with. Now call 0777-289-993. 0777-289-993. That is Clap Records, and that is the entire team that will have you covered. Now, today something great is happening in the country. I'm excited to introduce a long-time friend of ours, who is also that friend that will tell you, not just when it's tough, he'll tell you this you're doing is wrong. But now I'm just happy that we're not just meeting here to just talk about friendships and marriage. And today we'll be talking about matters that affect you and your culture, matters of environmental sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Deweyi Drive. Stephen Sakaja.
Yes. Yes, Jackie.
Hello, Stephen. It's
Hello,
very
Jackie.
good to have you on the show. You're
nice
welcome.
meeting you here.
Nice having
Thank you for
here.
staying
And
here.
thank you so much for keeping time.
Yes,
I
my
totally
pleasure.
appreciate that. Now, there's a lot we could talk about
Yes.
today. But I think the most important thing we want to start talking about is, first of all, tell them who is Stephen Sekaja. But now what I can tell you is this man you see donned in the Khalsa culture, where he's a lot of things. He's a lot of things, especially when it comes to culture, travels, and safaris.
Yes.
Who is Steve Sekaja?
My name is Stephen Sekaja, a tour operator, and also someone who's leading an initiative. I'm the CEO and founder of Khalsa Culture Initiative, together with Khalsa Safaris Uganda. And as a safaris company, we are here basically mainly to concentrate into promotion and selling of Uganda's culture. You know, Uganda is a unique country. It has good sceneries and it has a lot to offer. But you know, our cultures are basically dying out. So as a company, we envisioned ourselves to promotion of our cultures. We revamp what is dying out, we preserve it, and we promote it. And it's the reason why we are here today. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah.
You have now met him. He is the CEO and founder of Khalsa Culture Safaris and Khalsa Culture Initiatives.
Yes.
Stephen, let's talk about the marathon you're organizing. It is called the Culture and Heritage Awareness Marathon.
Yes.
What inspired that idea?
What inspired the idea is for a long time we have been investing into communities, trying to take a study and a look at taking our research into the communities of Uganda, especially those that are outside the central part or that are far. And we have been using personal resources, which we realized wasn't sustainable. And then we had to look into the calendar for tourism activities all over the world. And we had an activity that is ongoing, which is storytelling of our cultures. But then we realized the Culture and Heritage Day, International Culture and Heritage Day, was close by, which is going to take place on the 21st of May. So we thought of an activity that could come into commemoration of that World Culture and Heritage Day. That's how we come up with the idea of the marathon. Why the marathon? We are doing it to create awareness of our cultures and heritage, that is one. But also when it comes to organizing, because of the limited time that we had, that was around March, it could be an easy activity, and it is one activity that can pull masses together so cheaply. Yes, not so cheaply as it is so cheap, but compared to other activities,
it would be sustainable. It's doable.
It is doable.
Yeah,
that's how we come up with the idea of the Culture and Heritage Awareness Marathon.
I love that.
Yes.
And sport is a big part of mobilization.
Yes.
It's a great mobilization tool. So you're using a marathon to do this.
Yes.
And perfect. So we're getting the details on the screen of what this culture day it is that we're talking about. So those are the details. If you're wondering, okay, what is this media? So media launch is tomorrow because today is the 16th.
Yes.
So tomorrow, I'm seeing, according to the poster, 17th tomorrow will be at the Uganda Media Center.
Very true.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what do you hope to achieve through this event?
The event of the media launch, it is basically creating awareness to the public about the event of the marathon. We are letting people know, besides those in our circles that have known about it, but we need the entire country to know that we are having this marathon, and it's going to be an annual event. It's the purpose that we look out for media council, media center, to do our launch, where we are going to be having lots of media houses to come and take part of it, because we want it to move all over the country. Yes.
Amazing. How does Khalsa Safaris as an organization connect with heritage?
Khalsa Safaris is a tour operator, a tour company in Uganda, based in Uganda. But from the experience we have had being in the field, we realized that most of the operators, we concentrate more on the wildlife, or more of these gazetted areas.
Yes.
The wildlife reserves, the national parks that are gazetted. That's where we put our aims mostly. But we forget that these national parks and reserves are surrounded by communities. So we tend to leave them out. We only concentrate on making money from the Mzungu, and us, the individuals or the companies, we get our profits, we get our money. But then, if we are to sustain this, what about the people who stay around them?
Because
what they affect? Because if we leave them behind, won't it come with a side effect to this beauty of Uganda. That is actually when you realize most of it is dying out, because besides the national parks, the reserves, we have adventure spaces, but also some other unique features, or the unique Uganda as a country has over 56 tribes, unique, and I believe it is the best that we have to offer. Because when it comes to the wildlife, maybe Kenya might be better than us, maybe Tanzania could win us, but our culture will always remain our culture.
It is
unique to us. And this is something that is dying out. We are taking it for granted. We are copying so much. And one of the things that you find a Mzungu traveling for, one of their reasons, artistic culture exchange, the culture diversion is one of the major reasons as to why they come. So now if they come and we can't give something that is authentic just because we have neglected it and it is dying out, then it's like we are doing a disservice to ourselves. Now what about our children? What will they find? So it is better we start now, we revamp what has been dying, we preserve it, and then we promote it. In that way, so as a company, we realized we picked interest in culture, but there's need to do about the culture. And as a limited company that exists for business, cannot handle that alone. That gave birth to the initiative.
To the
culture initiative.
So that you focus
it focuses on working with the communities. The safaris does the logistics and the business part of it, but when we are working out, we come to communities, working with the stakeholders and other partners. Basically, it is the initiative that is responsible for that.
So let's talk about Khalsa Culture Initiative. By the way, what does Khalsa mean?
Oh, Khalsa actually is a name for my children.
Oh.
I came up when I was looking at people like the Murwana, the Mkwanos. I wanted to also start moving that line.
Legacy.
Yes, that on legacy. And I came up with this name that whichever child I give birth to
will feature.
The name should come from one of these letters.
Because I was going to say,
I know. Omusajja tabali wazaala. Omusajja tabali. Omusajja tabali wazaala.
Kati wano si bana. Eleta bana. Double A, those are two H.
Yes.
Bana.
Culture. No, culture. The culture is No. Okusigala nga tuddeyo nga tunonya. Si twakozesa eriwa nga tunoonya yenda. So we just wanted to build a legacy, to see how we can also move that even after Stephen as a vision bearer, the company can still move on. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. That was quite hilarious. Abana. Talking about culture.
That's banji nnyo. Just tekitegeeza nti I said all their names will feature here. So it is okay to have 3 with A's. It is okay to have 3 with C's. It is okay. I mean, even if they are 3, even if they are only 3, but the name should be Yamanya.
I love the process that went into creating this name. But also, now that we are about people, even from the name Khalsa Culture, Khalsa comes from people. You're thinking about children and the legacy. And of course, even animals and trees have family. What about us humans? You spoke about how we're forgetting the people at the grassroots in these communities. How are you relating this marathon, our marathon? Are there any activities that are related to human, because you called it a culture and
culture and heritage.
So are there any culture and heritage activities related to this marathon?
Yes.
Not beyond running.
Yeah, that is so true. We are running for a purpose.
What is the purpose?
We are not only just running. Before we started to put it out, originally there's a community I've been working with, but also I wanted to venture into the eastern route because after creating a working relationship with these communities, then we go back to the part of the safaris where we are supposed to draw itineraries or what we call tour packages that we are going to be selling out to our guests. So I wanted to start with the eastern route. That's how I come up to the Teso region. When we, because of course we do feasibility studies, we go and visit communities, we identify the actual problems that are there that are related to culture. And when we went to the Teso region, we realized we came up with 2 activities to do. That is the storytelling and also greening of the Teso region. In specific, we want to plant more than 1,000 trees after we have done the marathon. And this way, we are concentrating on an indigenous tree, only 2 trees that we are going to concentrate on.
Which are those trees?
That is the shea butter tree and also the acacia tree.
Why those 2 trees?
The acacia tree, it's because we have an endemic bird called the fox's weaver bird. Fox's weaver bird.
Oh, this is the bird.
It is very endemic and that is its area of existence. You'll find that in Uganda. You find it around like Bisina and the Opeta, that is around Soroti.
This is a cute bird.
Yeah, Soroti region, that area. And the bird is becoming endemic because this tree is being cut down. People are cutting it for charcoal and stuff like that. And if that tree is dying away, that means the habitat for the bird is
going to
look
for a new home.
The bird will have to look for a new home.
In this, this is what tree? The cassia tree.
The cassia tree.
Okay.
So the proceeds for this marathon, basically we want to go and take on those projects in the Teso region. Specifically, we are concentrating on 3 districts, that is the Kumi, Ngora and the Soroti districts of Teso region. We are not proceeding to the Katak side. We just want to first concentrate there. Then at a later stage, we can expand.
So the shea nut tree as well. What we've actually seen is the cassia tree.
Yes.
As the show goes on, we'll eventually get to see the shea nut trees. But I think
something that is happening with the shea nut tree.
2 trees, yeah.
The shea nut tree, it is also being cut down for purposes of charcoal and firewood, stuff like that. Actually, leaving the area into a dangerous situation. There are so many effects of climate change. And also the ecosystems dying out.
Yeah, so this is a shea nut. This is an example. Oh, thank you. This is a shea nut tree being cut down, I guess, for charcoal now.
Charcoal burning, yes. So when we move to the communities, we interact with the leaders, we interact with people randomly, not only concentrating in one community, no. We visit different areas.
Oh, this is a shea nut tree.
Yes.
It's a big tree.
Yeah, it is a big tree. We visit local council leaders of different LOCs, of different areas. So that is when we collect our information and data, and from there we see the problem to solve. So actually that is the problem that we are tackling, that is affecting the people of Teso region, because they are experiencing hot climate. The climate change effect is so high. It is way beyond the way it used to be. Yes.
How will these trees be cared for after the event?
After the event,
because when you plant in Teso region, everybody will go back. Participants will go.
No, actually,
participants will also go back because now, let's imagine they came from all different parts.
Yes.
Some from Kampala. After joining you to plant the trees, then how many trees are we looking at?
We are looking at 1,000 trees.
Wow,
yeah,
that's a number.
And we are happy to say that we shall receive them.
500 cassia, 500 shea.
Yes, because we look out for partners to help us get those trees. It is not easy,
yes,
but surely we have assurance that we shall be able to raise the resources for 1,000 trees. And going back to the question that you asked, when after planting, we don't just plant at random. We look out for the responsible citizens in the area. So we come to particular houses who are selected by the local council leaders. That maybe this house we can give them
They'll take care of the tree.
Yeah, take care of the tree. And also we not only just planting and leave it at that, it is a project that is going to be ongoing, where we shall always keep doing the monitoring. We are having a team in that region to do the monitoring, and also, yeah, we select, we don't just give out. For example, if you ever traveled to West Nile, do you realize from Pakwach to Arua, at least every home has a mango tree? Or even, I think even Uganda, northern Uganda, every home has a mango tree. How did it happen? When I tried to ask, it is something that started so many years back by the leaders. It was, yeah, it was mandatory
To have a mango tree.
to have a mango tree. So if we can bring the same into our project, and we see that if this home gets two, 3 trees, they have to look after them. And we educate masses the purposes of this, and why, if we keep these trees growing, how it is going to help them as a community, not Stephen or as Culture Initiative. They are the beneficiaries. We are trying to balance the ecosystem, the effects. So how do we curb the effects of climate change? It's because we have been cutting down the trees. So let us now try to rebuild what we have been losing. Yeah.
You spoke about educating the community. Let's talk about education. Around this cultural and heritage awareness marathon,
Yes.
are there any educational components or activities around? Any workshops, any talks?
Yes, for example, on the 8th of May, we are having a pre-event, that is the symposium, that is going to take place at Makerere University School of Forestry. And there we expect to be having different speakers, keynote speakers on different topics in relation to culture. And when that is done, the key partners that are coming on board after the marathon, we are going to go with them to the areas of Teso region. And when we are there, the artists, they will be doing the sensitization to the different communities that we visit. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any partnerships, maybe with the government?
Yeah.
These governments are, supporting you in any way?
Yes.
I think I did see you with the Minister of Tourism.
We are
getting any support from the tourism ministry?
We have support from government agencies. Start with the Uganda Tourism Board. It has done a tremendous work for us. They are supporting our media, and also
they're in charge of the media.
Yes.
So they're taking control of the press conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's why it's at the Uganda Media Center.
It is the government has interest in our project.
It's our Minister of Tourism.
Yeah, and from the Minister of Tourism, under the Department of Museums and Monuments, they are also partners with us. Especially, because the commissioner, as acting commissioner, yes, the acting commissioner, she's the one who's going to launch the media. She's the one leading the media launch, and much as there are other activities but we are partnering with the government agencies. You cannot work in isolation. You cannot work in isolation.
Yeah, you really cannot. But also, I want to commend your collaborative efforts, and you being able to bring such people on board in such powerful
Not only
agencies.
them, we have Ewafe.
Ewafe
is on, yes, Aisha.
Yes,
The
Aisha.
CEO, we are good friends.
Ewafe
And
has really done a great
and
job.
tomorrow,
I really need to host Ewafe to tell her story.
from here, I'll send her a message, because tomorrow
I
shall
would
be.
love to hear her story.
Yeah, tomorrow
because
shall
I
be
love what
having.
they're doing.
Yes, she's doing something that is so
She's a
unique.
real change maker.
We have Ewafe on board. We have CTPH, that is conservation through public health. That is Dr. Gladys Kalema. Yeah, if you've heard her, the one who has
Gladys
invested a lot into gorillas.
Yes.
We have print agents that has handled the printing and the designing of our artwork. We have Masterpiece on board, our good friend. Yeah,
Masterpiece Uganda.
Masterpiece Uganda. Yes, we have Ugandan covered. We have Tourism Promoters Club. We have them. And we have the museum, Uganda Museum. They are also part of the event. So we have so many. Those are a few that I can have on my fingertips.
I know this is the first time you're planning this marathon.
Yes.
Culture, heritage, awareness. But from the way you speak, it has potential to do so much.
Yes.
Because especially I love that you're already going green with it. You're talking heritage conservation and of course our culture.
Yes.
And being able to tie culture together with heritage, I love that. Do you envision this? Is there a possibility of this becoming an annual event?
That is so true. This is going to be an annual event, and through the Department of Monuments and Museum and Monuments, it's getting onto the calendar year for the Ministry of Tourism.
What? Come again, say that again.
Yeah, through the Department of Museums and Monuments,
Yes.
this event is next year to be part of the calendar year of the Ministry of Tourism.
Wow.
And this is something that we are going to be doing every year.
This is how you start to influence policies.
Yeah,
yes.
Because we are people who look at sustainability. We don't want to do something that we do once and leave. Then what is the purpose of doing it? Why do you start and leave it hanging? Because Uganda has different regions, and we look forward that every year we aim at reaching out a particular region. For example, if you have been to the Teso region, can we do the Busoga region? We find what are the challenges of Busoga region. Can we do the Bagwere? Can we concentrate maybe on the different
regions?
Yes, on different regions.
I love that you chose to go east. You come from the east. I come from the east.
No,
myself.
I'm in Uganda.
I come from Bugisu.
I come from Central in Wakiso district.
Okay, I love that.
My roots is Baka Chimogo. Baka Chimogo. Ng'Omuganda Sekaja Stephen mutabani wa Lugolo Bonifacio Kasirye. Ndi muzukulu wa Kyaddo Ndeka Wempe. But if you're doing something that is sustainable, we have to respect the culture exchanges. I cannot only concentrate on Uganda because I'm Uganda. No. So we started the eastern route, but we shall also very soon we shall go into the northern region, the western, the southwestern, all the regions of Uganda. We shall cover them. Okay,
so can people participate how do people participate? First of all, tomorrow at the press conference. From the press conference, we have the symposium.
Yes.
So let's begin with those two.
Tomorrow, the media launch or press launch, it is open. Anyone can come.
So if you are into this space, even if you're already existing, you're into birding.
Yes.
Because we're talking preserving the acacia tree and the endangered
species of foxweaver bird. And you cannot talk about environmental conservation and when you've left out birds.
Exactly.
Because they play a crucial role. They are good signifiers to tell you that something's wrong with our environment. When you see so many birds around the environment, just know you're doing the right thing. But every time you see the number of birds reducing, it means something is wrong with the environment. So people in birding, the tour operators, the guides, they are all welcome to be part of it. And anyone interested. Then still for the symposium, it is open because it is going to be in one of the halls of Makerere University, which I think can accommodate over 200 or at least 200 people. So anyone can come and attend. We exchange ideas.
So tomorrow, anybody is welcome.
Yeah, it's going to start from 9 to noon. By noon, we shall be done with the press launch. And from there, we
go on with your work.
Yeah,
and network. And
yes.
Because, if you're into birding, you're into tourism, you want to get into the change-making space, climate change. I say climate change here.
Yes.
There's a lot being done all around sustainability. These are the spaces you should be in and making friends. So from tomorrow, then we will have the symposium, which will be on the 18th.
On the 18th, on the 8th.
On the
8th of May.
8th of May.
Yes.
So at the symposium, how does the public come in?
From the symposium, we shall be making communication on our socials. It is going to be open entry. We are not charging fees for anyone to be a participant there. Although we have, when it comes to the keynote speakers, we have particular experts or professionals that we have invited to take part of that. Then the rest we can come in as attendees to see what is happening. Of course, there's that session of networking and asking questions. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. And do you have an idea what are some of the topics that will be spoken about at the symposium, so that somebody could be like, oh, I've always wanted to.
We are going to share those topics on our socials. Yes.
So we should look out. And by the way, you've been talking about your socials. How do we find you on social media?
We are on Twitter as Culture Initiative and LinkedIn, and also TikTok and Instagram. Though we use mostly the Twitter, the X
it's the same.
X and,
it's not easy to say
and the LinkedIn. We use those ones mostly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but we should also throw in Facebook.
Facebook, we tried Facebook, but I think it wasn't opening. Maybe we still have issues with maybe it is a political issue, I don't know. But creating the new page on Facebook, we haven't gotten a reply from Facebook, so we gave up on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. But
maybe could it be bigger? I'm not so sure. Maybe it's because
a new one, I think.
We tried to open for the initiative. As a safaris, we are there, but as an initiative, we tried until when we said
you gave up. You lost hope.
Yes, because they were not responding.
Okay. You told us how to find you on social media.
Yes.
Do you have a message for the people that you want to participate in marathon? Who qualifies?
Actually, each and every Ugandan qualifies to be part of the marathon. And the running kit is not so expensive. It is only 25,000 shillings. You can purchase it online through Quicket, but also through our contacts that you find on social media. There's a flyer that has a FlexPay. There's another one coming on with Momo Pay of both networks, Airtel and MTN. So feel free. Our numbers are online. You can also reach out. Like some friends have reached out direct to me. They send in their money, and the kits are ready.
Read the number. What's the one to reach out directly?
The number to reach out direct is 0782 89 0754. Yeah, 0782 89 0754. Yeah, that when you reach out that number, we give you all the full details about the marathon.
Usually with such events, if there are artists watching, they're thinking, is there an opportunity to perform?
Actually, on the event, we have, in our plans, we are looking at having cultural performances.
Yes.
And basically, we may not get all the cultures of Uganda, but the Teso culture should be the center of it.
Because we're going to which town exactly, Soroti?
We shall do Soroti. No, for the event, it is happening here in Kampala at Chitante Primary School. Chitante Primary School.
So I don't have to worry about because that
being the first edition, we couldn't take it to the Teso region.
Yes.
But on the way forward, we look at hosting them in the different regions.
Yeah, and you should have the speaker with all those kings and queens and princes and princesses
we try to look out for,
to help with mobilizing.
For the leaders and people, even the politicians coming from those cultures. Yes, we try to look out for them. We are trying to reach out to them. Some have responded, some have not yet responded. But we do our best to make sure that everyone gets on board. Yes.
I like that. This is quite interesting. So, any message for the young people that would want to get into this space of sustainability, but they don't know how they can contribute?
The young people can come. We have the package. The youth can come, especially those at university and other institutions of learning. We have their package. Their kit goes for 20,000 shillings because we know they are not employed, and also we try to engage the young people through schools. We have programs that we run with different schools, especially when it comes to conservation and environment. We move out with some programs with schools, primary schools of recent. Yeah, but we call upon everyone to come and participate. All Ugandans, whoever can make it should come.
How will the marathon engage with local communities in Soroti to make sure they participate? Because we are going to be running here, and that is okay. We can run here and make impact in the Teso region. How are we going to do this?
Actually, what we did when we went to the Teso region, the performers, much as in Kampala here, we might be having people who can perform the Teso culture. We are organizing the local leaders that side for them to carry the performers to Kampala. That means that we need to accommodate them, feed them, and also transport them, but then also to exhibit, because we are looking at having exhibitions, culture exhibitions. Each culture that comes, they can exhibit, and any other business person can come and do exhibit their business. Yeah, we have the space. They are free to reach out on that number that I gave out. We talk, we discuss into detail. Yes.
And let's talk about, we've really spoken about is there anything about the marathon you feel that we could have spoken about but haven't? Because I now wanted us to talk about the safaris.
The safaris.
Yes.
I think for the marathon, I've provided all the information. We're having a press launch tomorrow at Media Center. After the press launch, actually the kits are open. They are ready for sale. Anyone can reach out to buy their running kit. After that, on 8th May, we're having a symposium at Makerere University. And then from there, we're having the actual event, that is 18th May at Chitante Primary School. So anyone, whether you're a business, we still need partners, you can come on board. We discuss. If you're a business person that needs to exhibit, you want to venture into a new market, feel free, call us. We discuss. We have space for exhibition. Yeah, I think that's all. And the fee is 25,000. How to pay? You look out for our social medias. There is a link, or you can pay. You can pick you can make your payment through Quicket, that is online. Also, when you go to our social media platforms, you will see there's a FlexPay number. It's called the code. You can make the transaction there, but also Momo Pay. You will find, I think by evening, Momo Pay numbers should also be there, both Airtel and MTN. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, CALSA is here in two ways. It's the Culture Initiative, which is organizing the Culture and Heritage Marathon. And then, of course, we do have the CALSA.
The safaris. Today I'm on
today you're not running safaris.
I'm wearing the marathon attire.
You are known. You've made a name for yourself you're known for your expertise in the tourism industry.
Yes.
Maybe tell us about what inspired your work there.
Oh, what inspired my work there? Actually, when I was growing up, every time I saw that Land Cruiser passing by,
the big
I really loved the Land Cruiser. To the extent I had to change my work to come to tourism. I come to tourism.
Because you see two operators.
Yes, that Land Cruiser. That Land Cruiser, every time I see it, I feel my heart is pumping twice. I feel life is okay. So, as a young boy, it always inspired me, even when I wasn't in spaces of tourism. But again, I got more knowledge when I selected to do a course that is related to hospitality at the university, where I got more knowledge. I crossed to Mwea Safari Lodge. I was exposed, and after a certain time, I started Kausa Safaris.
So it's after you visit to
Mwea. Yes, I got more knowledge.
And you need this.
Yes.
How long have you been?
Since 2014.
Oh, yeah.
So 10,
You're an expert.
10, 11 years, yes. Since 2014, we are into the industry. Though we started doing too much of car hire, where we did different projects, especially in film and documentary. It gave us a lot of exposure. It took us so much into the communities.
That is how the brand culture became.
Yes, and from those communities that we visited for various reasons, I started picking interest, and I realized, when we bring this Vazungu, most of people are after the selfish needs, and we are leaving out
the people.
So the earlier years, the 5, 7, 8 years of my being in tourism, actually 5 years, I was there in tourism, but my focus was so much on two communities and trying to see how I can start doing the communities, how to venture into the communities. So that is when the birth for cultural initiative came, and started the research about our communities and how they live in 2018. And we are moving progressively, and we were hit maybe by COVID. We had to rethink and redo it. So as safaris, we have been here, we have been doing it. We have handled both international and local guests. We do car hire services. We help out in visa processing. We also do the outbound trips, and surprisingly, Ugandans are more interested in moving out of Uganda, even when they have not moved so much around Uganda. So that made me, those that consult me, I first sell Uganda. I sell Uganda first. Then after selling Uganda, that is when we can move to Dubai, which is their favorite, then and other destinations. Now we also do Europe, we do South Africa, we do East Africa actually. We do Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. What we don't tamper with is Congo and the South Sudan. Those ones we don't try. Any business that comes in that line, we refer to our colleagues who are better than us in that way. Yeah, that one we don't. Congo and South Sudan,
you don't.
I don't tamper.
But you make.
But I have friends who do it.
And
I just refer business to them. Yes.
You don't take the risk.
I don't.
In your opinion, how can tour operators better collaborate with local communities and culture institutions to create, enriching culture experiences?
First of all, we need to sensitize our communities as tour operators, because you find that you, the operator, you have the expertise, and you actually know what your guest expects, what your guests need. When you come to the communities, they know nothing about tours, most of them. For example, I ventured out of time with Banyala, and they didn't know what was around them was a potential tourism product.
Yes.
Until when I visited them, moved with them, tried to show them, I engaged with them. Now they know the potential of the tourism product they have. So it is us, the tour operators, who are to move to the communities, we sensitize them, but also, yes, but also teach our people how to receive these guests. Of course, it is challenging. You cannot do it as individuals alone. That is when we bring on the stakeholders like UTB Ministry.
There you have that culture, Bunyala culture.
It is actually Bunyala Culture Heritage Foundation. It was formulated after I visited Bunyala. I went to Bunyala in 2018, but then we came up with the foundation, I think, in 2023. It wasn't an easy journey. And now those people, they know the potential that they have, and they are only looking out for partners to help them develop the products that they have. And it is not so far, because the farthest point is Galilaya, Kayunga, from Kayunga town, and it is 80 kilometers from Kayunga town. 80 kilometers from Kayunga town. So now the Banyala know, after Khalsa safaris and the initiative moved to the communities. We discovered a lot. We discovered a lot in the Bunyala region. One of can you imagine the graveyards to the mother of Mukama Kabalega in Galilaya?
So that is what you see on the screen.
Yes.
That is the grave.
Yeah, the
I
grave.
wonder how it was done. It's very artistic.
Actually, it is because of, is it soil erosion? The soil almost wants to cover the grave. But there are two. It is not only the mother, I think also the brother. Yes, I may not have the particular local area, maybe Chitimbwa, but it is in Galilaya. So there is a lot in Kayunga, in Bugerere side, and it is undeveloped. So they need partners to see that. And The itinerary to that
to
course,
sell in Bunyala,
there's a lot.
It's until I saw today, I didn't even know much about it.
Yeah, there's a lot. I have out of photography of what features they have. They have those locks. I dropped my geography 20 years back, but there's that line that goes through locks. Yeah? I don't know how it is called. Where the rocks can divide themselves.
We shall remain.
So and this is a geography. If it is a geography class as they go for field work, it is very visible what they are studying in class. If they took them to that particular area, they can physically see this line going through all the rocks. Yeah?
Interesting.
And they have nice hills to hike. Like you see the Kaguru Hills in Soga.
Yes.
Like you see Wanale. They also have beautiful rocks to hike.
And that's one place that is almost not.
And it is virgin.
About. Yeah, it is virgin.
Kayunga Bunyala community is totally virgin.
And
can you imagine when you go to Galilaya, there is that arc, the meeting point of Sezibwa Fall, Sezibwa River, Lake Choga, and River Nile. Now when we come to marine tourism, the boat cruise and stuff, and if you took a boat cruise from that landing site in Galilaya, you cross over to the Doko region there. There's that point of Mukamakawalega and the Mwanga, where they were captured. The other side, you can just take a boat to that site and come back.
All that happened in Yala Kingdom.
Yeah, and it cannot take you 30 minutes to be there.
Can you imagine?
Because when you stand, you literally see the other landing site there, their side. There's a lot. There's also a lot of potential in Bunyala.
A visitor coming, one of my coaches where I'm doing my MBA at Roxburgh. It's an affiliate of Chosa Academy here. And he had asked me to, maybe let him know some of the significant sites or places to visit. I'm thinking we should give him a tour of Bunyala.
That is very possible.
I think that's what we should
if we can make it maybe 2 days.
You just sold me.
Yeah, we can take him there.
Yeah.
So that is how the safaris, we have the expertise to find what is unique. And then we bring in the initiative to work with the community. So as an operator, as two operators, it is our responsibilities to sensitize, to educate these communities that can we preserve this? Now there's a tree they told me about in Bunyala that they used to go and do rituals in times of hard droughts, and whenever they performed rituals they could receive rain. But that tree was cut off recently.
What?
I think 3 years back. It was cut. No. But I think it's because these people didn't know.
They didn't have the knowledge.
The knowledge or the potential of keeping this tree. They would have gazetted the area and it becomes a tourist attraction.
And they do that ritual and people see rain.
Even if they just maintain the tree there.
And people just know
like we have monuments in Kampala.
Yes.
Yeah, they just keep it. There are ditches of Semei Kakungulu. Can I call it his prison? Those ditches are in Galilaya, where you pass to go to that area where the graveyard is. But they are getting filled with soil because they were neglected. But if they work on them, you will see sort of trench ditch that he used to put mirror this side and mirror this side to observe the prisoners, who is doing what, who is not following his commands. Just there in Galilaya.
Can you imagine? And that is so
and that Bunyala was our pilot project into the initiative, into the venture into communities. Yeah. Though we got to some level, we got a bit stuck because we need partners to develop with the areas. But at least we have discovered what they have. Yeah.
So right now where you are is the stage for collaborations.
Yes, stage for collaborations. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing with people. This is what they call real change making from the grassroots, and not because it comes from those regions, but because they realized these are places filled with great stories, and yet they're already losing all these historical, places.
Imagine you come and do a tour in Kampala. You do a tour of Uganda, then you proceed to the Banyala.
Yes, because now you've known the kings, you know Kabakamanga. Now you see
from the
spiritual.
Banyala, maybe you do 2 days in Kampala or 3 days in Kampala. You go for 2 days, 3 days in Bunyala. You proceed to Busoga. You proceed to Mbale. You do CP4s. You come back to the Iteso. You proceed to, or maybe through CP4s you go to Pianupe. We make, if we involve communities and cultures, we can make this Muzungu pay more money in Uganda
and
compared to only doing the
one place,
doing Makshon, Queen, Chidepo, Wind, Chibale, and they go. Because when you include communities,
you even have better stories, richer stories.
And we go to those communities when they are virgin. We train the members to receive the guests
and to know how to tell the stories.
Yes, to know how to tell the stories.
Connect them.
To receive these guests very well, to make sure they are safe. We don't threaten their security, stuff like that. Muzungus are always ready to spend.
Yeah.
Because they plan for their trips. But now someone comes with $10,000 only spends 3 and goes back with the 7.
And then they have to go to Kenya to find other things.
Yeah, because as an operator, I have charged this person. And where I am taking them, everything will be in the community. The foods, the lifestyle, the dances, the art and craft they are making buys direct from them. But also we are paying for the food which we pick direct from their gardens. There's a multiplier effect if we worked on the communities. We increase on how much these people, we increase on their time they spend in Uganda. At the end of the day, they are spending more in the communities. The communities benefit directly. As an operator, I've already benefited mine. I've already received my part. So there's no need for me to meander, not to allow the community benefit. Let him associate with the community. If he finds someone doing something unique and they feel they want to buy, let them buy direct from them. That way, we all benefit. It is a win-win situation.
Yes.
The government benefits more because this person is spending a lot of money. Then when you look at the rate of foreign exchange that remains here, it increases.
It's interesting. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
You are so knowledgeable. You have such experience. But most importantly, you have not just read these things. You have been on the ground yourself in the field. What are some of your best moments as a tour operator and into these culture initiatives, whichever way?
As a tour operator, some of my best moments, that can come in 2 ways. When, for example, when I go for a safari, the truth is every time I see a lion, I feel so happy. That is one. And when I come into the community, I bring guests to the community, and these community members get something from the guests that I've carried. I feel satisfied. Sometimes there's no way you can support the community unless you connect them. Yeah, unless you connect them to your guests, not to be beggars before them, but rather to support their hustles. And when you see the community members happy, there's that satisfaction that I get as a person. I feel I've served the community.
Yes.
I feel I've added value to the community.
Wow.
Yes.
So you love lions.
I love lions. I do love lions.
Interesting. When did I?
Envuma is a plant. It's not an animal. It is a plant. It is like a flower that you always find in a forest. The water, those smaller water streams in the forest, that's where you can find it. Ndi muzukuru wa Kyadondo. Faba Kyadondwa.
Kampala.
Mutwerijjako ne mutulekawo.
How do you see the tourism industry evolving?
Yeah, the tourism industry, I can't say it is not progressing. With the modern technologies, when you look at the mice section coming up, it is growing. Yes, it is evolving. It is getting onto another level. Yeah, when you see if we can also tap into the mice, MICE is meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. If we can, as Uganda, if we can get more facilities and such conferences come to Uganda, such meetings, maybe African something here, countries in Europe and UN here. Every time you get such, we make sure these people not only here for the 3 days of the conference, we add in the extra 3-5 days to explore Uganda.
Yes.
As Uganda, it is, we really can't remain the same. We sell Uganda to the world. Yeah, the tourism industry, you can see the fresh blood is coming.
Yes.
So many young tour operators
That's
are coming
where I
up.
was going. Young tour
operators are coming
in
up.
that digital age, especially.
Yes, digital age. Yes, still there are some challenges of having so many of them. There's something, but improving, because we have the bodies, especially UTB, through our associations, because as Kausa we are members of UTO. UTO's young tour operators. Kausa safaris wouldn't be there, but I feel it is so helpful also having us that have the experience to share with the young ones that are coming up. And it is employing so many young people, not only being tour operators, but also the talents, those that perform the culture performers. When you look at the arts and crafts, when you look at the adventure places that are being created by the youth. One of our friends in Uto came up with the water bikes. That is unique, and it is helping the tourism industry.
Seen the water bikes, ones that are riding on the water.
Yes, when you look at our friend, one of my friends is operating Ugandan covered and is moving to different universities, talking about travel writers. Coming up with those competitions. You see, the tourism industry is really helping a lot. It is taking off the redundancy, though it requires a lot of creativity. If you only came in with copy and paste,
yes,
you may fail out.
But because you've seen other people
someone doing it, you must have something unique that defines you. As Kausa Safaris, we want to concentrate on culture.
That is your unique selling point.
We want to concentrate on culture, so that whoever talks about the culture of Uganda, you can't leave Kausa out.
So for now, that is what is setting culture apart from other tour operators.
Yes.
I can say.
Yes.
Okay. I was also asking, how do you incorporate local communities into your tours?
How we could incorporate them?
So far,
we make sure we have contact people there to receive our guests. When we reach in the communities, we let them take over. I believe the member of the community knows the community better than I do.
Yeah.
They know the language better than I do. They know how to do their foods better than I do. They know their day-to-day life better than I do. So that way, that is how we incorporate the communities. We include them in our packages, but when we are taking guests to them, we have contact people who are ready to receive the guests, who make sure that our guests have the required standards of services, especially when it comes to the toilets, you know, sanitation, the sanitation, because much as we give them the local experiences, we shouldn't affect their health.
Actually, now you talk about affecting their health and making sure of their safety. What are some of the biggest challenges you have faced being a tour operator in Uganda?
Challenges of being a tour operator in Uganda, actually, I'm going to take them at the national level. The biggest challenge we have is the media. Our media houses, the way they handle issues, sometimes it is not proper.
For example?
If maybe an outbreak comes up, this media will write this TV will give out this. You find another statement from the Ministry of Health. Yet it would be important for the Ministry of Health to come to the media center, and if maybe to come to the media center, then they they discuss about the issue before they give it out. Because these challenges are not only in Uganda. Even other countries face them. Be it Rwanda, it has faced those shootings of guests, like the scenario we last had in Kuyiriba. But the way we package ourselves is that we concentrate more. We give the negativity a lot of vibe. And when issues are resolved, the energy that we used with communicating the negative issue is not the same energy we used to clear the air that now, to clear the masses that now Uganda is okay.
Safe.
So the biggest challenges are about our communications generally. When we got issues, those security threats, so many countries have those issues. Don't you think Rwanda also gets issues? But do you see them?
Not a lot.
Only when some, maybe a tour operator, Ugandan guide or tour operator has been in Rwanda and communicates that we have been in here and something has happened. So I think that is one of the challenges, and also maybe improving on the way Uganda is marketed. Can you believe now you can hear a Mzungu asking, what is Uganda? And yet we have these expos and stuff. We see the poverty, yes. We have our agencies going for the different expos.
And they still know us for Idi Amin.
Yes, actually, Idi Amin is more popular than Uganda, the country.
Yes.
Just here in Tanzania, we have so many tour operators who are friends to us. They tell you, now I cannot sell Uganda because we complain to them, but you people, we give you business, you don't give us business. The only thing you know that we have to offer is the gorillas. But Uganda is way better than that. It has a lot to offer beyond the gorillas.
You know, the climate.
Yeah. And they're like, now what should... Our people here don't know anything about Uganda. Tanzanians.
They don't. Actually, I recently had two guests, one Tanzanian, one American, and she was so excited about Uganda. And actually the reason, even the Tanzanian, they're like, you know, it's different, the food tastes better here. You know, and the American was saying Tanzania, our sweet potatoes were better than the Tanzanian ones, the food was better.
Even our pineapple, even the bananas, if they taste our bananas, they can't compare. But just, about you, I'm telling you, there's a group where I'm a member, some delegates of Uganda, we are conversing about that. And I'm like, I have 3 operators who are Tanzanians. They say they fail to market Uganda because they don't know what to market about Uganda, apart from the gorillas.
There's a lot.
Apart from the gorillas. So I think that is...
Like you said, people, we ourselves are...
Yeah. And we are more hospitable. I think in East Africa we are the best country when it comes to hospitality. To being with the most. But I think those are the major challenges. How Uganda is positioned or marketed, I think the strategy should change. I don't know how. This is from my observation, personal observations, and also our media. When we get a negative thing or when you have an issue, how we break the story. If it is a security issue, you find police is saying this, another person is saying this. So sometimes we need to have control on who
scare the guests.
Yes, if you can make a random check out on the tour operators, when we get an occasion that is negative, how many people lose out? Cancellations can be like cancellations. For example, that shooting in Kuyiriba, that time I had 9 bookings. I only remained with 2.
Oh no!
And it's because the 2 were your friends already.
They were just feeling sorry for you.
Yes, they were my personal friends.
Just stayed to support a friend.
They were like, okay, as long as you assure us we shall be safe.
Let us support
because you have already given logistics, you've paid, you made some deposits and some. I only 2 trips that remain, and those which because the team leaders were my personal friends, but the client operator relation, I lost out.
Oh no!
I lost out on 7 trips.
That is sorry, that means if you compile your story and other tour operators,
yes,
the losses are big.
Yeah, they are big. So tourism industry is very, very fragile.
It's a learning experience for us. It's this, what you share is very important for us as people in the media,
yes,
as podcasters, journalists, YouTubers, whatever media platform you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're realizing that, sometimes
everyone wants to make that breaking story, but you look at the side effect, the impact it's going to bring. Moreover, the negative impact. And when you look at the multiplier effect of tourism, when an operator misses out on a client, that means the transport section is affected, the hotels are affected, the restaurants are affected, the immigration office is affected, the agents in air ticketing are affected. You see, it is so big. It is beyond that statement you're just making to be the newsbreaker. So if I don't know how that can be handled, but we really need help when it comes to media, when communicating issues concerning tourism or communicating outbreaks, in the disease outbreaks. You understand? We need some better PR.
We do. How much time do we have? It's time. Okay, let's just do final question.
Yes.
Just do more questions. The time flies so fast. If you were to advise someone coming to Uganda for the first time,
yes,
what would you tell them?
Please don't hesitate. Don't think twice. You cannot regret having a trip to Uganda. First of all, from the people, you can't regret coming to having a trip to Uganda. Starting from the people, trust me, that meet and greet at the airport is going to be warm. When you go to the foods that you're going to eat, fresh organic foods.
Yes.
Our foods are not from fridges, no. They come from farm to table. Because most of the suppliers of these safari lodges are within the communities. They bring those produces every morning. They are going to be fresh. The hospitality of the people, the adventures in Uganda. Uganda is unique in its own way. The birds, if you're a birder, Uganda has over 1,000 bird species, 50% of Africa's bird species. We have the biggest number of the mountain gorillas, 53%, over 53% of the mountain gorillas. We have the most powerful falls in Uganda. When it comes to mountains, we have the mountain Renzori. It is so unique in its own. So we have over 56 tribes. All these destinations of your trip, there are tribes around them. Come and experience them. Come and interact with the Ugandan people. You will not regret it. We have the most powerful fall. I talked about it. We have the longest river Nile, and there are activities that you can do. There's a boat cruise there. There's rafting. There's bungee jumping. You can do kayaking. We have one of the deepest lakes. When in your trip, when you have that leisure, you go to Lake Bunyonyi. Yeah. It is unique. Yeah. Every region is unique in Uganda. I went ziplining over the lake. I don't think I can do it again now. So, like I did it, and I was like, yes, it's done. Don't have a second thought when you're coming to Uganda. Just come, just log on to the website of UTB. You'll find licensed tour operators. They'll handle you very well. I love that. Yeah. Like you said, some of these things you just tick off your bucket list. Like I said, I did the zip lining over Lake Bunyonyi, and I said, now I don't have to do this again. I'm going to the next. Yes. So I'm not trying to find the other things I haven't done. Eventually, even if you do one a year or two, the bucket list is ticked. And then we finally say bye. Akatalekeka, all Ugandans, we are calling you to participate in this culture and Heritage Awareness Marathon. It is the first of its kind. It's our first edition. Come and support us. Come and be part of us. We call upon all the Teso community, all the Teso people. Come and be part of this, because the cause for this marathon is heading back to Teso. Thank you so much. I wish I knew how to call people in Ateso. I don't know. But I would just greet you and say Biaibo. I only know Biaibo, Jokuna. Sometimes I mix them. But, but they're very... I find that it's also to be
very quite collaborative and easy to work with.
Yes.
So I'm sure you're going to have a very successful event.
Very
We're
true.
wishing Kalsa's Culture Initiative all the best. I'm glad the Masterpiece Uganda is a partner and all the other partners that have been mentioned. This show, as you can see, is unapologetically Ugandan. There was so much schooling, so much learning. I was taken to school in this show about just Uganda. And yes, we do borrow best practices from all over, but you know, like, he was telling us all these things that Uganda has, and I'm like, wow, I thought I knew my country. This guy loves his country. And you love your country, so I'll see you tomorrow at the Uganda Media Center. And yes, I can't wait. Are we ready to register for the marathon?
Very.
There's a link already.
There are links on our platforms,
All
social
over?
medias, those who have...
Direct us right now.
You check out on Kausa Culture Initiative, the X Space and the LinkedIn, you'll find a link where you can make your payment from. Actually, we are beyond the level of registering. Now we are making payments. The running
Just
kits
pay.
are ready. Just pay.
And that's
Tell
it.
us where you are. We shall communicate our pickup points, and those we can deliver to. It is very
See you
okay.
later.
Kweyanzanyo. See you next time. Thank you.
Oh, and subscribe.